Vladimir Putin has articulated numerous justifications for Russia's invasion of Ukraine, drawing from historical narrative, security concerns, ideological beliefs, and legal arguments. Though many of these claims have been widely disputed or debunked by international observers, they form the basis of the Russian government's rationale for the conflict. Below is a comprehensive overview of these justifications. Historical and cultural narratives. Shared heritage. Putin asserts that Russians and Ukrainians are one people, sharing a common history and culture, and views Ukraine as an integral part of Russia's historical identity. Creation by Russia. He claims that modern Ukraine was entirely created by Russia, specifically by the Bolsheviks, and lacks a tradition of genuine statehood. Anti-Russia project. Putin describes Ukraine as an anti-Russia project orchestrated by external forces to undermine Russian sovereignty. Security and geopolitical concerns. NATO expansion. He views NATO's eastward expansion as a direct threat to Russia's national security, particularly Ukraine's aspirations to join the alliance. Military infrastructure. Putin expresses concern over NATO's military infrastructure approaching Russia's borders, fearing the deployment of advanced weaponry near Russian territory. Existential threat. He portrays the West's actions as an existential threat to Russia, necessitating a defensive response to ensure the country's survival. Denazification. Putin claims the need to denazify Ukraine, alleging that the country is governed by neo-Nazis who oppress Russian-speaking populations. Genocide allegations. He accuses Ukraine of committing genocide against Russian-speaking residents in the Donbass region, a claim widely rejected by international bodies. Moral duty. Putin frames the invasion as a moral obligation to protect Russian-speaking populations and uphold traditional values. Legal and political arguments. UN Charter Article 51. He invokes Article 51 of the UN Charter, asserting Russia's right to self-defense in response to perceived threats from Ukraine. Recognition of Donetsk and Luhansk. Putin recognized the independence of the Donetsk and Luhansk People's Republics, justifying military intervention to protect these entities. Violation of Minsk agreements. He accuses Ukraine of failing to uphold the Minsk agreements, thereby necessitating Russian action to enforce peace in the region. Additional justifications. Preemptive action. Putin describes the invasion as a preemptive measure to prevent Ukraine from developing nuclear weapons and to counter Western influence. Protection of Russian citizens. He claims the need to protect Russian citizens and compatriots residing in Ukraine from discrimination and violence. Restoration of historical lands. Putin expresses a desire to reclaim territories he considers historically Russian, drawing parallels to past Russian leaders. These justifications are part of a broader narrative presented by the Russian government to rationalize its actions in Ukraine. It's important to note that many of these claims have been challenged and refuted by international organizations, historians, and legal experts. Understanding these perspectives is crucial for comprehending the motivations behind the conflict and the complexities involved in seeking a resolution.